Hello again. This is Donnie, Ships of Scale, and we're going to be talking about the new media uh, player, the media album or albums that you can store your completed builds or just whatever you want to put online. And as you can see, I have already added this little slider, and there's about 118 or 119 ships here that I grabbed from an old gallery back when I was first starting. It's probably about 10 years old worth of ship images. And these images here are roughly about 300 pixels wide, about 200 tall or in height. And in this particular situation, it was a lot easier to grab the entire file and to upload it to create this slider, because otherwise it would have taken a long time to sort through all the other high resolution images that I have. And besides that, this is just really being used for a slider. I will tell you how you can access this, but for now you see my mouse here. I can actually grab this and go back and forth if you hold the left mouse button down, or you can hold the left mouse down and continue to hold to freeze the scrolling. Now if you see a ship here, you says, oh, that kind of interests me, this one right here, you click on that and you'll see there's a little thumbnail. Like I said, this is only about 300 pixels by 200. If this image was a higher resolution or a larger format, it would obviously take up a lot more surface area. Here you can see that I added a tag. At some point might be able to describe the reason for that, and an obvious reason would be able to search. So I went through about 119 of these ship images and tried to put tags on those, and we'll just see how it goes from there. The main point is that I want to show the audience how to add your own media. So let's go back to the home page, and if you've got a little down arrow here, but if you just click on media alone, you'll see that you are introduced to a lot better album of the images here. You can scroll through these. It's page 2, it's page 4. But again, since these are smaller resolution images, if you click on one, it's still going to carry you back to this size. Maybe in the future, if I have extra time on my hands, I can upload some higher quality images. Now, one thing I will say, if you are interested in one of these particular ships, if you look at this file name, I'll be glad to send you the set. Some albums have 3, some maybe even have up to 20 images of the ship where a particular modeler sent me more than some others. Okay, so I'm logged in as alias Radiotech. This is me. I use Radiotech sometimes to log in as a basic user, just like anybody else. So we'll go back here, and let's go back to home. If you notice, there's no right-handed clickable down arrow. So let's just go back here to home, and just click on this right arrow. You'll see that we have this this list. We got new media, new comments, You got your content, your media, and your albums. Got some watched stuff here, search media, marked viewed. Now I'm hoping that this search media, if I type in like HMS Victory or something like that, I'm hoping that the gallery will return all the modelers that have such a ship. But we can experiment with this later. As the old saying goes, I don't want to really have pie on my face, so we just have to come back to see what this does later. So just go ahead and do your content, and this is going to be like as if you are going to be accessing this, and you got your media and your albums. It says, in this case, is Radiotech or your name has not added any media yet. So I got already prepared 3 ships that I want to put on here. So let's go ahead and just click on this red Add Media, and you'll see this Add Media 2, and right here the SOS Gallery. It is best. I highly encourage you for the moment not to add anything to this SOS Gallery. What I would like for you to do instead is to create your own personal album. The reason being is because I can always go back and I can select whoever's album that I want to be featured on the slider. And if your images are mixed in with the SOS Gallery, it may be a long time before these ships scroll through before you see yours, or if anybody else sees yours. So I want to encourage you really to create your own personal album. Just make things a whole lot better for everybody. And like I said, I can select different albums to be featured. Just go ahead and create an album. So in this particular case, I'm going to name album title Sultana. Just put the description Colonial Scooter. And right here, who can view the media items? Is it the owner, registered members, everyone, or you can specify specific people that you can see this. If you want to send something only to the moderators or the administrator, just click here. You can put in admin or anybody that you want. But for the time being, I highly suggest you just do registered members. Everyone, that is everybody out there in the world that can access ships of scale. They can see what you have, and that's fine. There's no problem with that. So let's go ahead. And one tricky thing about this is if you click on save, it's going to come up with a warning, and it's going to say that your files are not uploaded. You know, different software has different lines of thinking. To me personally, I would have had to like to save this, and then the screen bounces back and gives you the album title, description, etc., and then allows you to upload a file. Or if you have many albums, unfortunately, this particular program doesn't operate that way. So we can also embed media, but for now, let's just do upload file. And like I said, I have already got a folder here and Sultana. And we're just going to click one time and hold the shift key down and select this last. That selects all those en masse. And click open. You can see that they go ahead and they start populating in there. And if you have time, you can come in here The title would be better if it did not have the JPEG. We just come in here and Control C, we Control V, and continue to populate this out. And these tags help populate, hopefully, for the search engine. Click on that. Puts a little X there with the name. Okay. I'm just going to put final. You can also put the name in case you want. If you notice, there's like no 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter. Okay. And we're just going to do save. Okay. So we go back to home. Still logged in as me. Go to media. We go to your content. And there it is. Go back to your albums. Now here is a display. It shows a sample of your albums. Now if you don't like that, you click on that, choose an action. You can delete, move, change the privacy, deselect all, just whatever you want to do. Okay, let's go back to, we can also add media. But I like to just go back to this Your Media. Add media. Now you see add media to the existing album. So if you happen to have some more images of the same ship, you can add back to the same album. But in this case, I want to create another one. And this is going to be put your name here if you wish. Registered members. Remember, go straight to the upload file icon. Left click mouse there, hold the shift key down. You can select all those in mass. Come back. Add that tag. And of course, you're free to put as much description in the tags that you wish. It's just really up to you. This is just showing you the basics. Some things you have to do, some things you do not have to do. It's just the way it is. Okay, so we're happy with that. Save. Okay, we can thumb through there and look at those. Anybody else that logs in, they can thumb through and look through it too. Let's go back to media. Your albums. You see now I have two albums. I got this album here, it says Trinidad. I got this album here, it says Sultana. So we're going to add one more album. Now again, we add to the existing album, we can create a personal. Okay. And this one is going to be, I think if I remember, the US Kid. Again, it's very easy to get into a habit of clicking save, but we want to go to upload file first. Okay, and we got here, left mouse click, hold the shift key down, select those in mass, and we'll load up. Now, one thing that you do need to know is the upload will only limit to, I think, 100 images at once. So if you have more than 100, like 101, you only limit it to 100. You will have to come back and reload another set of 100. Just to stay with our continuity of what we're doing here. What I'm doing is I just did a Control C, and I'm doing a Control V, like Victor, to do a copy and a paste. It's just a shortcut. And there we go. Save that now. So here we go. Got some pictures of the USS Kidd in Louisiana, United States. Okay, so let's go back to media, your media. You see that your media selection shows all of your media. Your albums, just break it down into albums, and you can browse albums, and you can go back to the SOS Gallery that shows everything. Okay, so we are going to try to go back and let's do this keyword search, and let's do HMS Victory. Let's do a search titles only. Let's leave this off. Let's do the SOS Gallery, and let's do a search. So there you go. It pulled 5 victories from the SOS Gallery. It's pretty nice. Go back to search, keywords, Sultana, search, and we'll see that we have everything here. And it also pulled up the forum list too. So there you have it. Just remember to click on this little right down arrow, and again, your content, your media, your albums. So let's log off, and so that was registered members only. So you'll see that we have search media, new media. If we go to here, you'll see that my 3 albums are not listed. That's simply because we didn't allow that. We only allowed it for registered viewers to see. The reason why I want the SOS Gallery is so that when people obviously visit the forum that are not registered or just looking around, that they will be exposed to this carousel at the top. So let's go ahead and log in. See what happens. And let's go to media now. Okay. And we're faced with all these different things here. And you'll notice that I have not created any albums or any media. I am a different user here. But if I browse albums, I will see where Radiotech has been uploading that particular albums. So everything works fine. Okay, well that's about it for this particular tutorial, and I hope that everybody will take advantage of loading your content. If you have any questions, please just email me at donnie@shipsofscale.com, or you can get a hold of me through the forum. And thank you very much for being a member, and look forward to maybe some more tutorials in the future.